So here we come, Tales in Praise of the ARI. Now at first glance this looks like a children's book because it has all these little drawings in it, and I'm not sure exactly why they did this, but I guess it fills up some pages and it makes it look a little bit better. But these are actually accurate stories. And so let's see, although the language may be a little stilted, but we'll try to calm it down. The story begins, there once lived a man in Israel, the glorious land, and his name was Rabbi Solomon of blessed memory. And this man was wholehearted and upright, God-fearing, and one who shunned evil. Now it came to pass one day, as he was in the synagogue, studying by himself, that Eliyahu the prophet, may he be remembered for good, appeared to him, saying, Know that I am a messenger of God, and I come to bring you tidings, that your wife will conceive and bear to you a son, and you shall call him Isaac. And he will set about to deliver Israel from evil spirits, and through him many souls now in a transforming state will be brought to their perfection. He will reveal the hidden mysteries of the Torah, and the meanings of the Zohar, and his fame will go forth and throughout the world. Therefore take special heed that you do not circumcise him until I myself come and be the child's godfather. And it came to pass that when he finished speaking, he disappeared. And Rabbi Solomon remained all that day in the synagogue weeping and praying to God. And thus he spoke, Master of the universe, fulfill the good tidings that you have brought me. And though I am not worthy, do it for your sake and not for mine. And do not let my sins cause these good tidings to be of no effect. That night he went home, but he didn't reveal this matter even to his wife. And Solomon knew his wife, and she conceived and bore a son. And the whole house was filled with light, and the man rejoiced in his offspring. On the 8th day he brought him to the synagogue to be circumcised, according to the custom. The father looked around all the four corners of the synagogue to see whether Elijah of blessed memories had come, as he had said. But he saw him not. And all who were present urged him, saying, Come, take your son and circumcise him already. He answered that not all of his relatives had yet come. When about an hour had passed and Eliyahu had not appeared, the father thought in the bitterness of his soul, if Elijah has not appeared, it can only be because of my sins. Even as he wept, behold, Elijah appeared to him, saying, Refrain from weeping, time to stop, O servant of the Lord. Approach the altar and prepare your sacrifice. That's an interesting phrase. Take my seat, and I myself will circumcise the child. For I did but tarry to know whether you would keep my commandments and hearken unto what I told you unto me. Then Elijah took the child from the woman and circumcised him, but no one saw him save the father. And as soon as the child arrived home, he was healed as though he had been circumcised many years before. And the child grew and was weaned and was brought to school, and at once learned more than any child his age. At 5 he studied the Bible and the Mishnah. At 8 he was learning the Talmud with penetrating diligence. At this time his father died. After the days of mourning, his mother said to him, You surely are aware that I am now a widow, and am unable to buy books for you as is meet. Therefore I pray that you hearken unto me. Let us arise and go to your uncle in Egypt. There you will lack for nothing. And Isaac said, Here I am. They then arose and went down to Egypt, where his uncle welcomed him warmly, and urged Rabbi Bezalel Ashkenazi to accept him as a pupil. So it came to pass that he taught him and found him clear in understanding. After 2 years, his knowledge surpassed that of all the rabbis of Egypt, and no scholar could equal him in the force of his discussion. His uncle then gave his daughter, let me get this fine, gave him his daughter in marriage, and showed him great honor, and gave him a rich dowry. Let's read a little bit more. One day, as he sat praying in the synagogue, a man sat next to him. The rabbi turned and saw a book in his hand in which beheld heavenly mysteries. After the prayer, the rabbi said to the man, "Tell me what is written in this book." The man answered, saying, "What shall I say? Inasmuch as the Lord has withheld honor from me, for I am of the Marranos." Now, we talked about this a great deal. This man is a converso. Seeing that everyone prayed from a book in my embarrassment, I also took a book, but I know not what is written therein. Said the rabbi to him, "In that case, sell me this book, and I will give you a prayer book." He then said, "Do I lack money that I should sell you this book? Rather ask your father-in-law to remit the taxes of my merchandise, and I will give you the book." As the rabbi was eager for the book, he entreated his father-in-law, who agreed to his request, and obtained the book for him. The rabbi studied this book and the book of splendor, which is also known as the Zohar, with all his might while he fasted and afflicted himself. Through these acts, he merited that in dreams at night he would sometimes be told that his understanding of a passage of the Zohar was not correct. Again, at other times, he would be told that he understood correctly, but not in accordance with the meaning of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. At long last, he was told that if he truly desired to understand the text, he must increase his self-affliction, and that he did that. And we saw that he was on the right path. He retired to the Nile region in Egypt for 6 years, and in holiness and purity occupied himself with study day and night. Thereby he merited that each night his soul was raised up, and asked to which heavenly academy it wished to ascend. To the academy of Rabbi Elazar the Great, he said, or the academy of Rabbi Akiva, or that of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. And whatsoever his soul desired, there it was taken, and awesome mysteries were revealed to it. When morning came, he had not forgotten anything, and revealed all to his disciples. Now, there's something a little bit difficult about this story, which I had trouble with. So I just want to go over it one more time and see if I can understand this little exchange, who is who. One day, as he sat praying in the synagogue, a man sat next to him. Now, this is the ARI in the synagogue. The rabbi, who I assumed is the ARI, turned and saw a book in his hand in which beheld heavenly mysteries. After the prayer, the rabbi said to the man, "Tell me what is written in this book." And the man answered, saying, "What shall I say? Inasmuch as the Lord has withheld honor for me, for I am of the Marranos." He is a person who was forced to convert to Christianity. Seeing that everyone prayed from a book in my embarrassment, I also took a book, but I have no idea what's written inside of it. So the rabbi, whom I'm assuming is the ARI, said to him, "In that case, sell me this book, and I will give you a prayer book." He then said, "Do I lack money that I should sell you this book?" So going back again, he said to the rabbi, "In that case, sell me this book." That's the book in that case, "Sell me this book, and I will give you a prayer book." He then said, "Do I lack money that I should sell you this book? Rather ask your father-in-law to remit the taxes on my merchandise, and I will give you the book." Now the rabbi, who I'm assuming is the ARI, was eager for the book. And apparently his father-in-law, which was his uncle, was an influential person. And he could allow for the merchandise that was on the Marranos ship to become tax-free. That's the best I can understand of that story. We'll go on to the next story. This is Baruch Flashman, Tikkun Elevator Kola.